Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Lex here, and I just want to say a big welcome to anybody who is here. I do think we're gonna have a few new viewers today because I did post a video yesterday that actually really got a decent amount of traction for me being a new channel. I think that video is currently sitting around 700 viewers, which is insane. Like, it's literally insane to me that 700 of you watched anything that I put out there. So I have noticed that I got a few new subscribers today, which thank you guys so much. Like, you guys do not understand. Like, this means the world to me. Like, I literally started this channel last week because I got laid off from my job. I am kind of in this in-between period of seeing if I want to try to maybe pursue more of my creative passions again, one of them being YouTube, doing more contract writing, doing more content creation, just those things, really trying to kind of get out of the typical 9 to 5. And I am grateful and I'm really blessed that I have the opportunity to take like a month or so or a couple of months to figure out what I want to do because I have savings, because I have a partner who's also extremely supportive. I have the opportunity to do things like that. And you guys have been amazing. Like, I'm like over the moon. So I don't want to ramble too much, but I genuinely appreciate your support. I appreciate every single comment, even the constructive criticism. Keep it coming. I literally went to school for multimedia journalism. I have experience in the media industry, so I am fully aware of the constructive criticism that comes with that, and I am always looking to improve this channel because, girl, I want this to go places, okay? I really do, because I genuinely enjoy sitting in front of the camera. I love reality TV. I love pop culture. I have so many video ideas. So I just want to thank you. And if you are new, but you haven't subscribed, you haven't liked the videos, you haven't commented, please do that, as it would support my little channel. Of course, only if you like the vids. If you don't, it is no worries there. But please, and you can also check out the other videos on my channel. I've done Love is Blind episodes 1 through 6 already. I also made kind of just the first intro video of me, why I'm even here, talking about getting laid off, talking about plans. So if you're interested in my personal life at all, I have that, as well as one video up for the traders. So that's what we have. Let me get started. I know some of y'all probably just fast forwarded through this, so that's fine. But thank you so much for your support. Thank you. Like, like, that video is still getting views. You guys don't understand. Like, I'm genuinely excited. Okay. Anyways, we are here today to talk about 90 Day Fiancé, the OG 90 Day Fiancé, season 10, episode 17. Yes, girl, I still watch this show, and we just gonna get into it because these people are still a mess, okay? These people are a hot mess. So we open up our episode with Nikki and Justin, and I'm gonna give a little rundown on the couples as well because I haven't reviewed the full season. So I'll also, I'll put a little picture of the cast up here so that way we can just have an idea of who I'm talking about. But right now I'm starting with Nikki and Justin. Nikki is a trans woman and Justin is from Moldova. So they start off talking about how they did end up making love finally after their engagement ceremony, because the previous episode they had talked about, and one of kind of their running themes throughout the entire season is that they made love. They've been together for, I think, almost 10 years, if not more. And they used to make love a little more often, but Justin has definitely seemed distant. He hasn't seemed as interested in making love with her anymore. So that's just been a big source of contention for the two of them. And because of that, they have their engagement ceremony. They finally make love again. Nikki is feeling on top of the moon, feeling like they're in a good place. And they are joking around. It's really funny. Like, they show him blow drying his hair. Baby, his crack was showing. They had that crack blurred out. But on the back of the shirt, it is Nikki. It's literally Nikki in one of her modeling photos. And I just thought it was funny. They do have good banter. Like, this couple really does seem to have good banter. Now, she is quite a bit older than him. I forgot their ages, but she, I believe, is in her 40s, and I think he is 28 or 29 years old. So they do have a bit of an age bracket, and it is sus because they've been dating for 10 years at least. So we not gonna skip over that, okay? Because like in true 90 Day Fiancé fashion, this couple is sus. But, they do say they are in a good place. Nikki says they are in a good place, and she is happy that she's being accepted by him. We see a scene of her going home because she's going back to the US. So we do see a scene of Nikki. They stop by Justin's mom's house to say bye to Justin's mom, or Nikki does. And Nikki just really is reminiscing about how she's so happy that his family has accepted her. And we do see that on the show, that it seems like his friends, his family, everyone has been incredibly accepting, at least on TV. No one has said anything negative about her. And it's just crazy for her that as a trans woman, they accept her over there in Moldova. So that is great for them too. And we will go on to Rob and Sophie, because Rob and Sophie, y'all, why are these two together? Okay, well, I get why they're together, because they're both hot. They say that nicely, okay? Because Rob is a conventionally attractive guy. Sophie is your typical British lip-fillered girl. They're both hot. But these two have no real relationship. Like, from the minute I started watching this, these two do not get along. They don't particularly seem like they enjoy talking or being around each other. They've never demonstrated anything they have in common, or even anything that they like to do together. So, not too sure about these two, but again, typical 90-day fiance for you, having these people who ain't got no business being together. So they start off with Sophie and her mom talking. They start off with Rob actually dropping Sophie off to the flower shop because she's going to pick the flowers for the wedding. And she mentions that Rob and her mom still do not have a relationship. They got into a fight earlier in the season, and those two are still not doing so hot. So Rob leaves. He does not even walk into the flower shop to greet her mom, to say, hi, how are you? Nothing. Very rude guy. He is a very rude person. Like, I don't know. Every time I'm like, this man is rude. And something about a rude man, that is not it for me. Like, as a woman, I would not be turned on whatsoever if my partner was just rude like that. But again, more power to those two. So Sophie's mom does ask, where is Rob? Like, why didn't he just come in and say hi? Like, you know, why didn't he just say, how are you? Like, start to bridge the gap. You two are supposed to literally get married tomorrow, and, you know, you don't even have the audacity, the courage to come and say hi, the respect to come and say, hi, mom-in-law. Like, this is what I don't understand about these people. It's like, look, I'm not somebody who's like expecting my partner to be besties with my family, my parents, or anybody like that. I'm not even besties with. But like, to be openly rude that way, and then you're still like, you know what? But it doesn't matter. It's not my drama. It's like, what? Y'all are about to be married. What is the expectation here? The mom drops a little tidbit that she lives in Mexico. And I was like, baby, what is going on with these two? Why is mom in Mexico? Why does she live there? I thought she was coming from Britain, but apparently she was coming from Mexico. So I thought that was interesting. And then Sophie is talking about how she thinks that Rob is going to turn into Prince Charming, that he's a little rough around the edges right now. But after the wedding, once he gets that ring, she is convinced he is going to change. Okay. So Jasmine and Gino, these two. Lord, Jasmine and Gino. So they are at their wedding day, okay? Jasmine and Gino are at their wedding day. I never thought I'd see the day. Let's be honest here. I never thought I would see the day for these two, but I think these two are locked in till the end. I am truly convinced that Jasmine and Gino are locked into the end. So Gino is holding up two gray fedoras, and he's like, which one should I wear? And it is literally the exact same hat. Like, that was so funny to me, because I'm like, bro, this is the same hats. Jasmine had a black hair and makeup artist, and I was like, yes, ma'am. Okay. And she had her looking right, because Jasmine did look beautiful. Like, I don't think Jasmine's body looks that good most of the time. Sis looks like she got two basketballs on both sides. She got two basketballs going on. But I will give credit where credit is due. In that wedding dress, she looked beautiful. She looked very, very good. That black hair and makeup artist had her looking absolutely right. And so Jasmine looked gorgeous. We do see a scene of Jasmine calling her sister, and she is crying because her kids, she has two kids, and then her family, her parents, they all cannot be at the wedding. They just couldn't come to the States to do that. So she's very upset. But, you know, her sister tells her sister anyway, you are my maid of honor. I love you. And they have a heartfelt conversation. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. I was a little teary-eyed watching their wedding day, okay? And I'm not a Jasmine and Gino fan. But I was like, why am I getting low-key emotional? Anyway, so now we have Clayton and Anali, which, babe, all I'm gonna say is Anali, get. These two have no hope, okay? Now, I think from the beginning, I think Anali was under the wrong impression of what kind of person Clayton was. Clayton is a very specific type of man. We see him on his video games. He had like a bachelor party where they literally played RuneScape. By the way, my fiance told me that. My fiance's like, oh, I could tell from the blur, it's RuneScape. I'm like, y'all doing too much. But yeah, they played RuneScape, and there's nothing wrong with that. I want to be clear. I am also introverted. I'm not a big going out person. I do definitely go out more now than I did when I was younger, which is pretty funny. But Clayton is clearly an introverted type of guy. He's your typical nerd, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love a nerd. Look, I'm about to marry a nerd myself. I love nerds, but I think Anali, she's looking for the same experience that she has in Peru, right? I'm assuming she's with her friends. They're out, they're partying, they're having fun. And Clayton is not that kind of person. And I also feel bad because it's like, this girl is in the middle of Kentucky, with very low English skill. And I'm not saying you gotta come to the US and speak English, but let's be for real. Kentucky doesn't have a high number of people who are speaking Spanish or who are willing to learn Spanish. You move to DC, you move to Miami, you move to anywhere in Texas, you move to New York. You know what I mean? A lot of these bigger metropolitan areas, you have Spanish speakers. It's not a big deal. You really don't gotta do much. But it's like, I feel bad for the poor girl because she's in the house. Her man doesn't like to go anywhere. And then it's like, she doesn't really have any Spanish speaking friends. So I just feel like it's overall a really rough experience for her. But basically, they are still in this fight about the stripper from last episode. Brief recap of that. Basically, Anali begged Clayton's sister, who planned the bachelorette party. She did a little bachelorette party with all of the sister and the sister's friends, and they had a stripper there, even though Clayton's one request was no stripper. And so he is like genuinely really upset. And like, I don't know, guys. Like, the thing is, watching this, I'm like, I think he's doing too much. Like, it could have really just been a situation where he was like, why the F did you lie to me? And then you move forward. But I'm gonna keep it for real. Like, I don't know. If I was in that situation and I asked my partner one thing, no strippers, and then you tell me there were strippers, I feel like I would take it personally. Like, if I'm being honest, I feel like I would take it personally. But I do think this is escalating far. And I also think that Anali just doesn't want to marry this man. Like, I just think that she has realized that this is not what she thought it was going to be. I don't want to make any assumptions about her intentions. I never try to do that on this show because I do think a lot of it is prejudiced the way that people do it. But I just feel like with Anali, I'm just confused because it doesn't even seem like her and Clayton have chemistry like that. I don't see the chemistry between the two of them when they talk. Look, for what it's worth, Jasmine and Gino, they're a mess, but I see the chemistry. I do. I really do see the chemistry between those two. I don't see the chemistry at all between Clayton and Anali. So Anali calls her mom about the fight, and she's just basically saying, I don't want to marry him. I don't think I want to go through with the wedding. And the mom is like, whoa, 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 whoa. Slow it on down. Slow it on down, daughter. Look. Okay, you guys got into a fight, but you don't want to throw out everything that you guys have worked for, everything that's been going on because you guys had one fight. Let's not throw it all out yet. And Anali is like, no, I don't know what to do. I'm stressed. I'm tired. She literally just wants to leave. She does not want to talk to him anymore. That's what she says. And she doesn't want to, as I said, she doesn't want to go through with the wedding. So that's those two. So Citra and Sam, they are having their American wedding. They have an American wedding, and then they also are going to have a Muslim wedding or a wedding in Indonesia. So it's funny. There's some cute little scenes of Citra's family asking what do they do in American weddings? What are the traditions? But I don't know. Sam is still very sus to me. Sam reminds me so much of the girl from a few seasons ago. I don't remember her name now, but she was the one that had all the neck pain all the time. The one that literally had to go back to the States because something happened with her motorcycle or something. That lady, he reminds me a lot of her in their demeanor. And it's I don't think either one of them, it's ever been proven that they were doing anything sus, but it's just their behavior is sus. Sam is very, very sus to me. That man creeps me out. I'm not going to lie to you. But they have some drama because basically Sam gets them a Christian pastor to marry them. And I'm sitting here if y'all are Muslim, how did you not know that getting a Christian pastor was going to be a problem? He's literally sitting here I didn't realize getting a Christian pastor was going to be such a problem. I didn't realize getting a Christian pastor was going to be a problem. How did you not realize that? I don't know. I'm not a genius. I'm not a scientist. I'm not any of these things, right? But it seems pretty straightforward to me that a pastor of a different faith marrying you to, if you're having a wedding that's supposed to be through the church or through a pastor or a priest, it seems logical that you wouldn't be able to just pick anyone. So anyway, Citra's dad is definitely not happy about that. Citra's dad's that's not okay. That's literally not going to work in our religion. And Sam is scrambling around like usual. This man, I don't know. It's just Sam is the kind of person who seems he never knows what to do. And I don't know, for me, those kind of people really get on my nerves a little bit because I'm how do you never have a plan? How are you always lost? So that's my feelings. Okay. So Rob and Sophie are getting married the next day, and Sophie's mom is staying in their home with them for the night rather than renting a hotel because they're all going to be on the way to the beach for their wedding the next day. So basically Rob I don't even know what this man is living in. He has a shack. It's literally, okay, let me stop. It's a room, but it's I don't even know how to explain it. He has the bed in one corner. It is a literal mess. There's clothes everywhere. There's shelves everywhere. It looks like a studio apartment, but the walls look like they're falling down. This just doesn't look like something you would really be seeing in the US like that. I don't know. It looked very strange. So they basically, the mom comes, she shows up, she gets her Uber over, and Sophie goes to greet her mother at the door. Rob sits there on his phone and says nothing. This man is so rude. I'm sorry. A rude man gets to me so much, y'all. I mean, women too, but a rude man? I'm what are we doing? Rob doesn't say a thing. He doesn't get up to greet her. Her mom has multiple suitcases because she's been there for a while. And Sophie and the mom are pulling the suitcases in. And he doesn't even get up to help her with the suitcases. He literally just sits there and lets them pull the suitcases in themselves. I'm baby, and you want to marry this man? That's crazy. He's very rude. He does not say hello to her. He barely looks at her. And so they go outside. Sophie and her mom, they go outside to talk. And Sophie's mom's I don't feel that comfortable. I just feel like he's being so rude. He hasn't said anything. And Sophie's like, stop it. Okay, just stop. Like, we have to get over this. We are going to get married tomorrow. So you're going to have to like calm down. Like basically Sophie is dismissing her mom. And finally, Rob starts to blow up her air mattress, and the conversation seems to simmer down a little bit once he starts to blow up her air mattress, and they go back inside and they talk. And basically, Rob is like, I don't want to hear anything about there's no space, it's too cramped from you, okay, and we'll be fine. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, whose son is this? Like, let's be for real now. So going on to Clayton and Anali. Clayton and Anali, they still have not spoken. They have not spoken. She may not show up at this point. And his friend, so basically Clayton, he sits down in the room they're supposed to get married in, and he reveals that his brother had died some years back, I believe in a car accident. Don't quote me, that might be wrong, but he died a few years back. And so it's been a really hard time for him. It's been really hard to not have his brother around. And so he basically breaks down crying, and his best man, Cameron, his friend that we've seen throughout the series, he's there. He doesn't really know what to do. And I mean, I think it's always awkward. Like when someone just starts crying, it's like, what do? You hug them? Do you leave them? Everybody's different. But, he's just breaking down because his brother's not there. Then he's stressed about the whole thing with Anali. He doesn't know if she's even going to show up. Anali's mom did message him about the party, and she basically sends a message saying, look, Anali talked to me about not wanting to get married. I don't want this to happen. This needs to stop. You know, basically, like, I don't want her to be hurt. And he's like, I can't do this right now. And it's like, fair enough. I mean, luckily, I've never really, no, that's a lie. I was gonna say I've never been in a relationship where like their mom had messaged me when we had problems, but that actually did happen in my previous relationship because he was a mama's boy and like, I don't know. So yes, that actually has happened, but I don't know. I'm like, don't get your parents involved. Like, why are you getting your parents? And I understand Anali probably didn't tell her mom to do it, but nonetheless, I'm like, if we're in something, I don't need your parent messaging me on your behalf. Like, what are we doing? So Citra and Sam, I wrote Sam can't do anything because how the F do you not know what to do? He finally happens to remember that his brother is an officiant, and they have this very awkward convo. I'm like, this is his brother? I'm like, are y'all not close? Do y'all like not talk? But he basically asks his bro does agree to do it, and Sam is like, oh yeah, come through in the clutch. And I'm like, what? I'm like, wait. I'm like, anyway, let me not end these video. But he has another conversation with the pastor, and he basically goes to the original Christian pastor that was supposed to marry them and tells the pastor, hey, sorry, but like you kind of have to leave because we are Muslim and you can't marry us. And he basically like kicks the pastor out, and it's like, bye. And I'm like, why are we seeing this? So that was those two. Going on to Jasmine and Gino, they get married. And I'm not gonna hold you, I was emotional during their wedding. I didn't sob, but I definitely had a tear or two. Gino's uncle Marco offers to walk Jasmine down the aisle because Jasmine never had a father figure. Her family's not there. And he offered to walk her down the aisle, and it was very, very, very cute. It was very heartwarming. Jasmine, look, you can say a lot of things about Jasmine, but I do genuinely believe Jasmine loves Gino and really does like and want his family to like her too. So those two things I think are definitive. So he does walk Jasmine down the aisle, as I said, and Jasmine's family is there on Zoom. And I think that is literally what made me emotional. But she's like, I saw the laptop and I knew that meant my family was there. I was like, oh my God. So they get married, and then they have their little reception right after, and they announce that they're going to try for a baby. So I was like, whoa. I was like, Jasmine and Gino, whoa, whoa, whoa. What is going on? So I did not know that either one of them wanted to have a baby with one another. Maybe I missed that, but Okay, good for them. So Jasmine and Gino are married and I guess are trying for a baby. So Citra and Sam, they have a conversation. Sam has a conversation with Citra's dad. He does approve of his brother helping them to get married. So that is all good there. And they get married. So he does pull out a ring because he never proposed with a ring before. So she's smitten. She loves it. If they like it, I love it, you know. And we get a little scene of them at the end when they finally consummate their marriage for the first time, and we get a little scene and we hear her be like, "Daddy," and I'm like, okay, I'm turning the TV off. I'm like, it is time to turn this television off because let's relax. And lastly, Anali and Clayton, they leave off on a cliffhanger. We don't know if Anali's gonna show up. Personally, I think she will. I ain't gonna hold you. I think they're still gonna get married. I don't think they should. And I don't think she wants to. Don't get me wrong. I think all of her feelings this episode are real. But I think she's still gonna marry that man. So we will see next week. But that is all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as I said, to all my new viewers, to all my new subscribers, hi. And if you are new and you have not subscribed, liked, followed, shared, all of those YouTube things, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. If you watched until this point, I know you like the vid. So please, 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 that would be so awesome. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.